Department on this. Hi, Norman.
Good afternoon, Sheila. My view is there must be a police inquiry into this, because the man's life and reputation's been trashed, really. And either he's guilty, which is making this fuss, he's an idiot, or he's innocent, and he has to be able to prove his innocence, because he's flatly denying it. And I don't think Theresa May should be allowed to just say, "Oh, that's the end of the matter. I've got the proof." Well, she must produce the proof, because she's trashed his life.
I think she should produce the proof, as you say. I don't think she will unless she's forced to, because
she won't do anything unless she's forced to. But it's
exactly. But it's interesting in the letter.
I've got no time for the chat.
If you look at the letter, she says in that line about there's no other conclusion I can come to, but she says there is evidence to suggest that you did this, rather than. I've got the line in here. She says, "I put to you the latest information from the investigation, which provides compelling evidence suggesting your responsibility for the unauthorised disclosure, not proving your responsibility for the unauthorised disclosure."
Yeah. But what I've read the letters in the papers today, but what she's written, that's not good enough. She's just said she's got this compelling evidence. Well, produce it. The man is saying he didn't do it. So surely you must have a police inquiry to prove whether he did or whether he didn't. It's not fair on the chap, is it?
Well, why does it need to be a police inquiry?
Well, I wouldn't trust Theresa May or the politicians to inquire into it.
Yeah, but what you're talking about is professional defamation.
Yeah, well,
that normally doesn't involve the police, does it?
Well, this occasion we're talking about the Official Secrets Act, which does involve the police.
And the Prime Minister and the Defence Secretary.
Yeah, this is what they're saying. This is very, very, very serious. Although people may think this with this contract is not that serious. The actual committee is a very serious committee and has to be watertight. What,
Norman, do you think of the whole idea of plausible deniability, that you can communicate with a journalist in such a way that you answer them without answering them, if you see what I mean? So you give them what they need without actually being the person whose mouth said, yes, that is true. Is that as bad as leaking?
Well,
or as good as leaking, depending on the leak.
My view is, if you was a member of this committee, you should not discuss anything that goes on with journalists, ever. Because you are putting yourself on the line, aren't you? Words can be twisted or anything.
What about cabinet?
Well, I mean, is that different? Responsibility is gone, isn't it?
But let's imagine a cabinet was functioning well. Cabinet ministers could still speak to a journalist about the policy discussion.
I'll agree, but this is different.
Because it's the National Security Council.
Yes, this is far and away above the cabinet.
And
far and away from that sort of thing.
It is. And if in the discussions you were a member of that council, the National Security Council, and you were hearing alarming plans being formed by the government, if you felt that they needed public exposure, you should resign and come out and say what you want to say?
Then if you feel that strongly, then what you said is correct. You come out, you resign, and then you make a case of, in the public interest, I'm going to say what went on because this is what they're proposing.
You whistleblow,
and then
basically.
You stand or fall by what was said. But this is totally different. This chap has said he didn't do it, it wasn't down to him, and he must have the chance to prove his innocence.